Good early AM, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. So, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to the overnight radio show. It's 3:42 AM Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the great state of Michigan. A little earlier recording this one. I'm making sure to get this out on the weekend. It's Sunday, 3:42 AM for each of you on the East Coast, that is. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is part 4 of the Lumens, the Stellar Consensus Protocol, and the Stellar Lumens white paper. So it's just the white papers, what the protocol is, and so somewhat, and that's just the way we got to start looking at Stellar Lumens in a different direction if we want to know what's going on. So we've went through 3 parts already. This is part 4, and we're going to cover every single page in the white papers. And as you guys see, there's 32 pages. We're only on page 7 right now, and we've done 3 episodes so far. So we're going to start. I'm only going to keep you for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes at most. So, like I said, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I highly encourage you to, spread the word about the overnight radio show, because anybody who's interested in XLM, these are very important. So, let's get on without further ado. 3.3, Safety and Liveness. We categorize nodes as either well-behaved or ill-behaved. A well-behaved node chooses sensible quorum slices, discussed further in section 4.1, and obeys the protocol, including eventually responding to all requests. An ill-behaved node does not. Ill-behaved nodes suffer Byzantine failure, meaning they behave arbitrarily. For instance, an ill-behaved node may be compromised. Its owner may have maliciously modified the software, or it may have crashed. The goal of Byzantine agreement is to ensure that well-behaved nodes externalize the same values despite the presence of such ill-behaved nodes. There are 2 parts to this goal. First, we would like to prevent nodes from diverging and externalizing different values for the same slot. Second, we would like to ensure nodes can actually externalize values, as opposed to getting blocked in some dead-end state from which consensus is no longer possible. We introduced the following 2 terms for these properties. So if you look at the top, guys, you got the ill-behaved Byzantine, including crashed, well-behaved, which is blocked, divergent, correct, and then you got the fail, correct. So the white would be correct, the beige box would be fail. So definition of safety: a set of nodes in an FBAS enjoy safety if no 2 of them ever externalize different values for the same slot. So this is fascinating and much needed information in the YouTube sphere. Definition: illness, because we all buy XLM, or people buy XLM, they tell you to buy XLM, but they don't know why they're telling you to buy it. They don't know what the Stellar Lumens network is. They don't know what the Stellar Consensus Protocol is. And then they're going to sit there and tell you whether it's good or bad. You got to get into the white papers to know if something's good. When we get through XLM, we're going to go through the Cardano white papers, but that's down the road. So we call well-behaved nodes that enjoy both safety and liveliness correct. Nodes that are not correct have failed. All ill-behaved nodes have failed. But a well-behaved node can fail too by waiting indefinitely for messages from ill-behaved nodes, or worse, by having its state poisoned by incorrect messages from ill-behaved nodes. This is absolutely fascinating, guys. If you're a technical person, this is just getting into the nuts and bolts, basically. You're getting into the crooked nannies now. Figure 5 illustrates the possible kinds of node failure. So let's go to figure 5. So yeah, so up here, that's what we read through. So basically, you have a Byzantine included crash, you have blocked, and you have divergent. So that's in figure 5, illustrates the possible kinds of node failure, as we just discussed. To the left are Byzantine failures, meaning the ill-behaved nodes. To the right are 2 kinds of well-behaved but failed nodes. Nodes that lack liveliness are termed blocked, while those that lack safety are termed divergent. An attack violating safety is strictly more powerful than one violating only liveliness, so we classify divergent nodes as a subset of blocked ones. Our definition of liveliness is weak in that it says a node can externalize new values, not that it will. Hence, it admits a state of perpetual preemption in which consensus remains forever possible. Yet the network continually thwarts it by delaying or reordering critical messages in just the wrong way. Perpetual preemption is inevitable in a purely asynchronous, deterministic system that survives node failure. Fisher et al. 1985. Fortunately, preemption is transient. It does not indicate node failure. Because the system can recover at any time, protocols can mitigate the problem through randomness, Benner 1983, Bracha A. Tuig 1985, or through realistic assumptions about message latency. Dwork et al. 1988. Latency assumptions are more practical when one would like to limit execution time or avoid the trusted dealers often required by more efficient randomized algorithms. Of course, only termination and not safety should depend upon message timing. Optimal resilience. This is part 4, or section 4, optimal resilience. Whether or not nodes enjoy safety and liveliness depends on several factors: what quorum slices they have chosen, which nodes are ill-behaved, and of course the concrete consensus protocol and network behavior. As is common for asynchronous systems, we assume the network eventually delivers messages between well-behaved nodes, but can otherwise arbitrarily delay or reorder messages. So this is the diagram right here. We'll get into this as it tells us to go through it. But we'll try to get some familiar with it. We got V1, 2, 3. We've already covered those. We got QV4, 5, 6. V4 plus V5 plus V6. FBAS lacking quorum intersection is figure 6. Figure 7 is ill-behaved nodes. V7 can undermine quorum intersections. So it's a lot to take in, but we're going to cover this day after day and we're going to hammer it home. This section answers the following question. Given a specific VQ and particular subset of V that is ill-behaved, what are the best safety and liveness that any federated Byzantine agreement protocol can guarantee regardless of the network? We first discussed quorum intersection. A property without safety is impossible to guarantee. We then introduce a notion of dispensable sets of failed nodes in spite of which it is possible to guarantee both safety and liveliness. 4.1 Quorum intersection. A. Protocol can guarantee agreement only if the quorum slices represented by function Q satisfy a validity property we call quorum intersection. Definition. Quorum intersection. An FBAS enjoys quorum intersection if any two of its quorum share a node, i.e. for all quorums U1 and U2, U1 blah blah equals the underscores. You guys can see that. There's a lot of shit written there. Figure 6 illustrates a system lacking quorum intersections where Q permits two quorums, V1 plus V2 plus V3 and V4 plus V5 plus V6, that do not intersect. Disjoint quorums can independently agree on contradictory statements, undermining system-wide agreement. When many quorums exist, quorum intersection fails if any two do not intersect. For example, the set of all nodes, V1, V6, and figure 6 is a quorum, as we look at the top, figure 6, in which there are two, wait a minute. In figure 6, quorum that intersects the other two, but the system still lacks quorum intersection because the other two do not intersect each other. No protocol, so basically they're not having a threesome and one's pissed off. No protocol can guarantee safety. In the absence of quorum intersection, so condomless, got to put a positive spin on this. Such a configuration can operate as two different FBAS systems that do not exchange any messages. However, even with, commonly referred to as the one-night stand. However, even with quorum intersections, safety may be impossible to guarantee in the presence of ill-behaved nodes. Compare figure 6, in which there are two. V7 is ill-behaved. If V7 makes inconsistent statements to the left and right quorums, the effect is equivalent to disjoint quorums. In fact, since ill-behaved nodes contribute nothing to safety, no protocol can guarantee safety without the well-behaved nodes enjoying quorum intersection on their own. This kind of reminds me of my class that I was teaching with the lady who was talking about the pole and the shaft and all this other stuff. Guarantee safety without the well-behaved nodes enjoying quorum intersection on their own. After I need to get her to read this. In a worst-case scenario for safety, ill-behaved nodes can just always make any possible contradictory statement that completes a quorum. Two quorums overlapping only at ill-behaved nodes will again be able to operate like two different FBAS. So guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to the overnight radio show. We just knocked out page 7 and 8. A lot of fascinating information. Screenshot this, do whatever you got to do. At the end of all of this, I'll share the white papers with the Discord, but not until I get done covering every single page. And we've finished the first 8 pages and the first 4, so we're finishing about 2 pages on each overnight radio show. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. It means a lot to me that a couple hundred of you each night are coming in to watch the overnight radio show. I know it's not my normal broadcasting, but I envision doing something much bigger than just crypto in the future. So T-Speaker222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. Join Tom's Army, donate to the channel. All the links are in the description, as you know. Drink that cup of coffee. Be safe on the way to work. I know it's early, 3:42 a.m. Well, now it's about 3:55 a.m. And if you're going to bed, sweet dreams, everybody. Stay blessed. And remember, every day is a new day, and each of our goals are achieved with one small step at a time.